praying part.
Yeah, and we did it by faith, and I think somebody felt like the Lord said that by week 4 we would have Spanish speakers, and but we went 3 weeks in a row, nothing was happening. We continued to meet, and lo and behold, we had 2 different families show up, one from Mexico and one from Venezuela on that 4th night, and
Yeah,
it's
we had
never
6
stopped
people
since
walk in the door and we're like, what just happened?
then. Yeah, it's weird how you can start something by faith when you really have no business getting it going, and then
Mhm,
it happens. The Lord
mhm.
responds to that. Yes.
And we've continued to do that. We show The Chosen in Spanish, and we're on season 3. Next year we'll get to do 4 and probably 5.
Yeah.
And we also get to have started kind of overnight as well, offering Spanish translation.
Well, let me say something about that. We're speaking of Sabbath. We're taking a Sunday off. We're in Oregon for the week of Thanksgiving, visiting our kids and grandkids. And the Sunday that we're not here, 2 Venezuelan families are brought, and of course, we don't have translation on Sundays. So my nephew Francis is sitting in the front room, our welcome room, where there's a TV with the service translating kind of live for those folks. And so we're gone, and suddenly there's a few more families coming on a Sunday. And so, yeah, that for you, it's like, well, we better get with it and figure out a way to translate. And the beautiful idea of them being in the service with us. And so, yeah, you've purchased headsets and like a transmitter. And so this past Sunday, we finally were tech ready. And so using it for the first time, our second Christmas Eve service, the 5 p.m. service. So what will it be like for you to have our Spanish speakers sitting with us in the sanctuary, worshiping with us, listening to the message with us with headsets on?
Honestly, I remember um, when we were talking about Christmas, a Christmas ago, I said, wouldn't it be great if we had a Spanish service and or something for Spanish speakers. And just today I realized that's happening. It, you know,
Yeah,
that and I really didn't think I didn't it was a dream.
yeah,
Now we'll get to see the culmination of a dream. And then I was thinking, oh no, I gotta purchase more transmitter radios and headsets. And
yeah. Because we could
so
have 10 or
great
15
problem to have.
10 or 15 Spanish speakers worshiping with us. And of course, the beautiful idea here is heaven is currently multicultural. Every tribe, every tongue, every nation. Revelation 7 is the first place in the book of Revelation that gives us that scene. And so why not mimic heaven now by worshiping like maniacs and having multiple tribes, tongues, and nations represented? So I counted the other day that we currently have 8 different nationalities in our church, which we're finally up and over 100 people, by the way. Speaking of Sabbath, I had a couple weeks off because of Thanksgiving and just the preaching schedule, and I was kind of tired of listening to myself preach. And so it was 4 weeks where I didn't do the speaking, and we grew by 20 people in those 4 weeks. There's sort of a key there.
No,
Well,
not because you weren't speaking, but because you were letting God work, I think.
yeah, it was just resting, and so we're in a little bit of a growth surge right now, and part of that is the Spanish speaking families, and what a privilege
Yeah.
that we get to be in community with Spanish speakers.
And I'd like to insert another dream. Or an extension of the same dream. It's not, we don't just want Spanish speaking people. We whatever dialect from whatever
Well, you've
country.
mentioned that there's a lot of people from Nepal who live in Longmont. Wouldn't it be something if we could hire a young Nepalese person who is fluent and offer the same thing, translations for our brothers and sisters from Nepal in church?
Yes, I actually wanted to start at the end of last year, December
Okay.
29th. I was privileged to be part of the birth of our second grandson in Portland, and flew out there and got to see heaven open up. I actually literally had a vision of after a few hours of labor of my daughter-in-law, and we're all praying. And I had this vision of angels coming down from heaven and dropping this baby. And literally at the same moment, the baby crowns and his head comes through, and he's born. And his name is Isaac. And we're just so gifted by this young man. Just recently, I saw a picture, or I was sent a video of him. And he's playing a guitar, you guys. He's he's not even 1 year old. He's playing a little guitar, like the right way, like, and he was singing, and he was going, like, it was so funny. So what a blessing it is to be grandparents and to bring that kind of experience also to preaching and to life and to the church.
Yeah.
And he's got on the
So we're
throne. When I was sitting
Yes.
in the car after our car accident, I look over and I realize that in the moment my entire life had changed, with the accident, and God chose for you and I to stay, to be here, and that the work he wanted to do in us, through us, and in spite of us, was still
Still in
coming.
play.
And,
Yeah.
yeah, and the grace of God hit me, the grace of all of that. And so this year has been not just a year of life, but it's been a year of grace. And I've seen that there's been lots of answers to prayer.